The Kansas City Chiefs face an unexpected and concerning development just days before their high-stakes matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. Patrick Mahomes, the franchise quarterback and cornerstone of the team's offense, is at the center of this emerging situation, creating immediate uncertainty for players, coaching staff, and fans. The news has sent ripples through media outlets, social channels, and league circles, prompting analysis about its potential impact on strategy, morale, and performance. Understanding the urgency requires examining both the timing and nature of the report, which comes at a crucial point in the season with playoff positioning and momentum on the line. Analysts highlight that Mahomes' health, availability, and leadership directly influence offensive efficiency, play calling, and team cohesion. The Chiefs' response to sudden, concerning news reflects the organization's ability to adapt to adversity while preserving operational and strategic integrity. This chapter sets the stage, emphasizing why the report is significant not just for the upcoming game, but for broader implications affecting team culture, leadership, and competitive trajectory in the NFL. Reports indicate that the concerning news involves both Patrick Mahomes' readiness and potential adjustments to the Chiefs' roster strategy. While details remain limited, the information suggests the team must prepare for contingencies affecting quarterback availability, injury management, or practice routines. Analysts note that sudden developments at this level require careful evaluation of risk, performance, and strategic response. Mahomes' status influences offensive rhythm, timing with receivers, and decision-making in critical situations. Understanding the nature of the news provides context for why the team must adapt quickly, balancing preparation for a challenging opponent with mitigation of uncertainty. The news also carries emotional weight, as it introduces a degree of vulnerability to a roster accustomed to stability and elite-level execution. Coaching staff must assess medical evaluations, practice participation, and workload management while communicating with players and leadership to ensure alignment. Analysts emphasize that preparation for a key game against the Cowboys now involves contingency planning, situational drills, and strategic refinement to maintain competitiveness. This chapter underscores the complex interplay between information, decision-making, and operational adjustment in professional football. The Chiefs immediately initiated internal discussions to assess the implications of the concerning news. Coaches, medical staff, and management convened to evaluate Patrick Mahomes' status, practice participation, and readiness for the upcoming game. Analysts highlight that elite organizations respond to sudden developments by combining data-driven analysis with rapid decision-making, ensuring both player safety and operational continuity. The locker room atmosphere was reportedly focused, balancing concern with professionalism, as team leaders coordinated adjustments in practice, intensity, play preparation, and strategic communication. Backup players were briefed on potential scenarios, emphasizing preparedness and situational awareness. Understanding the immediate team response illustrates how leadership, culture, and adaptability converge in professional football. Analysts note that these measures ensure cohesion and minimize disruption while maintaining competitive readiness. Operational adjustments included workload management, situational drills, and communication reinforcement across positions, particularly on offense. The Chiefs' rapid response reflects both organizational discipline and strategic foresight, highlighting how elite teams navigate unexpected developments without compromising execution. This chapter emphasizes that preparation, clarity, and adaptive leadership are critical when sudden news threatens performance and continuity before a key matchup. Patrick Mahomes is central to both the news and the team's operational response. Analysts emphasize that quarterback readiness directly influences offensive efficiency, timing, and strategic execution. Mental and physical preparation are critical, particularly when uncertainty arises. Mahomes' leadership role magnifies the stakes, as teammates look to him for stability, focus, and communication. Understanding his immediate impact highlights how elite athletes must navigate pressure, uncertainty, and adaptation simultaneously. Analysts note that decisions regarding practice participation, injury management, and in-game strategy require collaboration between Mahomes, coaching staff, and medical personnel. Psychological factors, including confidence, focus, and situational awareness, are as critical as physical readiness. The news also affects team morale, as players gauge both Mahomes' condition and their own ability to compensate in dynamic scenarios. Effective response relies on resilience, adaptability, and alignment with leadership directives. This chapter underscores the intersection of individual performance, organizational strategy, and psychological preparedness, demonstrating how the status of a single elite player can shape team dynamics, operational decisions, and competitive outlook in professional football. The Chiefs' coaching staff faces immediate challenges in adjusting strategy in response to the news. Play calling, situational management, and offensive coordination must be evaluated under new constraints. Analysts highlight the importance of contingency planning, including preparing backups and alternative formations to maintain rhythm and effectiveness. Practice routines were modified to prioritize both Mahomes' readiness and the development of supplementary leadership roles among skill position players. Understanding coaching adjustments illustrates the interplay between strategic flexibility, leadership, distribution, and risk management. Analysts note that effective adaptation involves rapid integration of data, real-time decision-making, and situational simulations. Staff meetings focused on evaluating opponent tendencies, optimizing play selection, and reinforcing communication channels across all positions. Backup quarterbacks and receivers practiced under elevated responsibility scenarios, ensuring readiness in case of unexpected developments. These adjustments reinforce cohesion, maintain operational consistency, and protect performance outcomes. This chapter emphasizes that elite teams must integrate strategy, adaptability, and preparedness when facing uncertainty, particularly when key players' readiness is in question. Coaching response shapes both immediate performance and long-term confidence heading into critical matchups. The news has generated a mix of concern, focus, and heightened accountability within the Chiefs' locker room. Analysts emphasize that team culture and leadership cohesion are essential in managing uncertainty. Veteran players stepped into enhanced leadership roles, reinforcing communication, discipline, and operational focus. Younger athletes faced pressure to adapt quickly, assuming situational responsibilities and maintaining execution standards. Understanding locker room dynamics demonstrates how psychological resilience, trust, and accountability influence performance during times of uncertainty. Analysts note that maintaining morale while addressing operational realities is critical for both preparation and in-game execution. Team meetings, film study sessions, and practice adjustments reflected a balance of urgency and professionalism. Leadership presence from Mahomes, even under concerning conditions, provides reassurance, clarity, and direction for teammates. Communication, role definition, and situational awareness were reinforced to mitigate potential disruptions. This chapter highlights that elite teams rely on both cultural stability and strategic preparation to navigate unforeseen challenges. The locker room response exemplifies the importance of cohesion, adaptability, and leadership alignment in sustaining performance amid uncertainty. The news quickly drew attention from media outlets and fans, generating widespread speculation regarding Mahomes' condition and team readiness. Headlines highlighted concern, urgency, and implications for the upcoming matchup against the Cowboys. Analysts dissected potential scenarios, evaluating impact on performance, play calling, and strategic decision-making. Social media amplified fan discussion, blending support, curiosity, and criticism. Understanding media and public reaction emphasizes how elite sports organizations must navigate both internal and external narratives simultaneously. Analysts note that perception management affects team credibility, fan confidence, and broader league engagement. Coverage focused on balancing Mahomes' resilience with realistic evaluation of risks, highlighting both professional execution and public perception. The narrative framing also influences opponent analysis, as teams assess strengths, weaknesses, and potential vulnerabilities. This chapter underscores that elite-level football is influenced not only by operational decisions, but by the dynamics of media scrutiny, fan expectations, and strategic communication. Effective management of perception complements preparation, ensuring cohesion, trust, and focus within the organization. The concerning news directly affects strategic planning for the Cowboys matchup. Analysts emphasize adjustments in play calling, situational execution, and offensive distribution to account for potential limitations or contingencies. Timing, rhythm, and communication between Mahomes and skill players become critical focal points. Backup preparation, scenario drills, and contingency plans are integrated into practice sessions to maintain readiness. Understanding strategic implications illustrates the connection between operational flexibility and competitive performance. Analysts highlight that adaptive strategies include personnel rotation, risk management, and defensive adjustments to counter opponent tendencies. The Chiefs must optimize efficiency while mitigating the impact of uncertainty, ensuring resilience throughout the game. Strategic planning also incorporates psychological preparation, maintaining focus, and maintaining cohesion despite potential disruptions. This chapter underscores that elite team success depends on integrating tactical insight, leadership adaptation, and situational readiness when unforeseen developments arise. Preparation under uncertainty shapes execution, performance, and ultimately the competitive outcome in high-stakes matchups. The emerging situation carries implications beyond a single game. Analysts note potential effects on Mahomes' workload management, team leadership structure, and preparation routines for future contests. The organization must balance immediate response with long-term strategy, ensuring resilience, continuity, and development. Understanding long-term considerations highlights how elite teams translate challenges into structural improvements, including depth chart evaluation, leadership distribution, and contingency planning. Coaches, staff, and players must integrate lessons into organizational culture, enhancing readiness for future high-pressure scenarios. Analysts emphasize that resilience, adaptability, and proactive planning are central to sustaining performance, confidence, and operational consistency. This chapter demonstrates that even a single concerning news item can catalyze systemic evaluation, reinforcing professionalism, communication, and strategic foresight across the organization. The Chiefs' approach reflects the capacity of elite teams to transform uncertainty into structured improvement, ensuring competitiveness, cohesion, and readiness for challenges. Throughout the season, the concerning news regarding Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs ahead of the Cowboys game represents a critical moment for both operational and cultural resilience. Immediate adjustments in strategy, communication, and preparation demonstrate the organization's capacity to adapt under pressure. Mahomes' readiness, leadership, and collaboration with coaching staff remain central to both performance and morale. Analysts emphasize that elite teams navigate uncertainty by reinforcing culture, optimizing contingency planning, and maintaining professional focus. This situation underscores the interconnectedness of individual performance, team cohesion, and strategic planning. Preparation, adaptability, and alignment with leadership directives will determine both game outcomes and long-term organizational confidence. Understanding this moment highlights the importance of resilience, clarity, and operational precision in professional football. The Chiefs' response, Mahomes' adaptability, and strategic adjustments will define not only the outcome against the Cowboys, but the team's trajectory for the remainder of the season. This chapter reinforces that elite-level success relies on balancing talent, strategy, and cultural cohesion amid unforeseen challenges, exemplifying professional preparation at the highest level.